hangs in the balance after the Court of Appeal dismissed a petition against a ruling that declared Parliament unconstitutional for failing to conform to the two-thirds gender requirement. Today, Court of Appeal judges upheld an earlier decision by the High Court that ruled that the House, as currently constituted, is unconstitutional after failing to meet the two-thirds gender rule. The appeal, which had been filed by Attorney General and the Speaker of the National Assembly, was thrown out for lacking merit. NTV's Silas Apollo reports.
In a unanimous decision read by the President of the Court of Appeal, William Ouko, the judges agreed to reject an appeal by the government that sought to cushion Parliament from dissolution. The Attorney General and the Speaker of the National Assembly and that of the Senate had moved to the country's second highest court to challenge a decision made by the High Court calling for its dissolution. But the judges disagreed with the three, arguing that the House was to blame for its laxity to implement the two-thirds gender principle.
We have come to the conclusion that none of the grounds of appeal put forth by the appellant has any merit. For that reason, the appeal is dismissed in its entirety. The issues litigated in this matter are of such great public interest that it justifies an order that each party should bear its own course, and it is so ordered.
The decision by the judges was based on the fact that the House has on several occasions deliberately failed to pass bills tabled to implement the rule after failing to marshal numbers for a vote. The ruling now paves way for anyone to challenge the constitutionality of the House and can write to the Chief Justice requesting its dissolution should the government fail to appeal the ruling. Previous bills, which total 4, have been hit by quorum hitches, leading to a collapse of the voting.
Because it is very clear that Parliament acted completely unconstitutionally, and the Court of Appeal has said none of the grounds convinced them of the merit of the appeal.
High Court Judge John Mativo had in March 2017 given the MPs 60 days to enact a law to comply with the constitutional requirement, and in their submissions before the Court of Appeal, the speakers of both houses had argued that the gender law is impractical and impossible to implement as Parliament has a fixed number of lawmakers.
In an address to the nation, all the measures
the National Assembly currently has 75 women, 22 elected from the 290 constituencies, 6 nominated and 47 elected as woman representatives. The House requires 42 nominated MPs to achieve the gender principle.
The fight for equal representation has been an 8-year protracted battle pitting female members of Parliament and their male counterparts, the latter being accused of frustrating efforts to implement the law. The question now is, will the House fall on the wrong side of history or race again as time to correct the messes? Silas Apollo, NTV.